It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Joe Menzer, NASCAR.com. Johnny, Tripp, so how many laps did you actually go on those left side tires, and how nervous did you get toward the end with those tires?
I'll answer. Right now, I had to get up I had to get off the box more than I ever have in the past couple of years with Johnny and work on other stuff. And the amount of laps on them is up there more than a full fuel run. But the tires, I noticed earlier, they were great tires. The wear on the tires was minimal. It was minimal in practice. The left sides was real minimal. Our only shot during that 2-tire stop was putting right sides on and leaving the old lefts on. He had too much throttle drive. He'd get in the gas and it would drive the nose to the wall and chatter the front tires. When you put 2 tires on, you lose the opportunity to get a fresh left rear, which is what we needed, a more wore out left rear tire to not drive his nose so hard. That's the only thing I could think of. So to me, that was a strategic call to try and get Johnny track position for one and a better handling truck. It worked a little bit for a while. We got the track position. The guys did a great job on pit road. When you take 2 tires to get the lead, you dang sure need to come out in the lead. Because if you take 2 tires and come out in second, you just made a huge mistake. You didn't get the lead. You didn't get the 5 bonus points. You didn't get anything you were going for. And like I said, the other thing, we were going for a better handling truck. But I think we saw that it did handle better for a while. Eventually the tires did wear out. That's a lot to do with him driving it. I mean, for everything he was worth and everything it was worth, it wore it out a little bit there. Started to fade back again. So I wasn't worried about the left sides blowing or anything like that. The loads are fairly low here in Homestead that gets put on the tire. It's a great tire. We were in good shape in that aspect.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff Gluck from NASCAR team. Bill, during the race, your emotions walking on pit road, were you calm? Were you sick to your stomach? What was going on in your head? Was it up and down?
Yeah, I was pretty calm. It's what it is. You put forth your best effort and you get the best people that you can, the best equipment that you can, and it's going to come out the way that it does. And, we've been through these deals before, and so, I mean, I don't want to sound nonchalant about it. Obviously, it was an emotional deal, but it was going to be what it was, and worked out.
Joe.
Yeah, Jim Pedley with the Kansas City Star. Johnny, at what point did you know that you won the race after the 09 went by? And Tripp, there seemed to be a little bit of indecision there at the end where you guys didn't celebrate right away. Was the word late in getting to you?
They didn't tell us who won, I really thought, I swear to God, I really thought when the 09 got by me, we lost it. And I think at that point in time, I think NASCAR really knew who won it when I was ahead of the 09. I think they were unsure when the 09 got by us. And I think there's one thing with NASCAR, you're going to understand, they're going to check thoroughly to make sure that they know what the answer is before they tell anybody. I saw Ron pull off on the backstretch immediately, like he knew that he didn't win it. But we sure as heck didn't know, so I just followed him. I didn't know what else to do. I was waiting for Tripp or somebody to tell me. And, of course, when they told us, everybody got on the radio and was telling me at the same time, so I didn't hear nothing. And it was just, I just heard this and that, whatever, and I finally had to get a radio. Sorry, just one of you. We win or lose it. And I thought at that point in time, if there's that many people on the radio, I thought it was a good sign, but I still didn't know.
And I think they had 2, 3, 4 different things to check. Who led the most laps? It may not have changed the outcome of the championship, but they needed to check for sure. Once again, who led the most, and then there's several different ways they score these positions, manually and electronically. So they look at both of those and compare them, and that just took a few minutes, and they were being thorough, that's all. I kind of knew right there where we're at. Bonus points were equal, and the position was ahead of the 33, and that meant going in. That fact alone meant that we would win. I think even if he led those laps, we still would have won. I was pretty confident. By 2 points, right, if he led the most laps. I was pretty confident, but you have to wait and see. And we have an official there that gave it to us.
How many did we win by?
7. And if he'd have led
all right.
more than, I believe, the 51, we'd have
I
still
calculated
won
it
by
as 2. I don't know. I was told it only takes 1.
That
That's
was
all
a
I cared.
4-point split in those positions where they were at with the 7th and 8th, wherever they were. That was a 4-point
There's a man that
position.
brought it.
Johnny had 3 up going in. He gained 4 more right there. Equal bonus points, 7-point lead.
Man, he killed us on bonus points, so they're lucky.
All year. He had done a good job of that all year.
All right, Gary.
Gary Graves, USA Today. Johnny, when you win championships in different series, do you start to think about, I don't want to say place in history, but do you think about what you have accomplished and the fact that, particularly in this series when you came here, that it seemed to be more fun, in a sense, does that make it a little bit more satisfying?
Well, all the championships are cool. You know, I've been fortunate enough to win the Outlaw Late Model Championship, been fortunate enough to win an ASA Championship. Then was the Busch Series, which I guess a Nationwide Series Championship, and now a Truck Series Championship. And they're very different in their own ways. They're all difficult in their own ways. But the one thing you can look back and say you can be extremely proud of every one of them. I don't view one any better than the other. Obviously, the higher you get in a series and rankings, things of that nature, the more challenging they are. But they all have I think you really get to the point where you have the same desire to win whatever you're at and whatever you're doing. And the accomplishments are overwhelming when you win a championship, when you win, because that takes every race in perspective for the entire year. And to do that is very difficult. So they're all very, very cool. They all mean a tremendous amount, and hopefully we can go win more.
Bruce.
Bruce Martin with SI.com. Two quick questions. When you think of a 25-race schedule and it comes down to 7 points, I mean, that's what goes through your mind to think that we race that hard for that long and it comes down to 7 points.
Thank goodness we don't have a chase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could have ran it. How could you get the chase any better in the last 3 races of this season? It was it was incredible. So I mean, I guess I'll let Tripp kind of evaluate some of that.
How does it get that close? I was reading these stats up here. If you just look at them at a quick glance, you'd say, "Oh, Ron won it." But there's in between the lines there. There's finishes where all year long we battle for. On a bad day, we have a 7th and he has a 9th. I mean, it just adds up. You know, if you look at that right here, it's showing bonus points. 18 top 10 finishes. Both of us equal in top 5s. It's the in between the lines. It's the little details along the way that both the teams that ran for the championship do so well, and we just came out ahead.
And also, Johnny, do you think they're gearing up in Grand Rapids for another Johnny Benson day?
Well, we sure hope so. I mean, like Tripp says, you look at this sheet here. I got 3 poles. Ron's got 5. I got 5 wins. He's got 6. We both got 14 top 5s. Both got 14 top 10s. I got 3 DNFs. He's got 1. But you go back, he's got 145 bonus points. I only got 95. It's very difficult to sit there and go, what do we need to do to win this? Or what do we need to change? Because obviously we ended up on top. I wouldn't change a whole lot, but there's a lot of things that could have swung different ways. And it's just very fortunate. Everybody was on our side, to win this championship. Just all the powers above, put it in our hands, and here we are.
All right, do we have any more questions? All right, guys, I think you're free to go. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thanks.